Welcome to another episode of Time, Talent, Treasure Radio from Taatjes Financial Group. Taatjes Financial is a company that specializes in helping retirees and pre-retirees build purposeful retirement plans. Custom plans that not only help clients steward their treasure, but their time and talent as well. They believe that if you're taken care of financially, you go even further to make the family, community, and kingdom impact you truly desire to make, which is the ultimate purpose of wealth. If you'd like to set up a no-cost, no-obligation meeting with one of their financial advisors, give them a call at 222-4236. You can request a meeting at taatjesfinancial.com or simply stop by their office on 19th Avenue Southwest in Wilmer.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Time, Talent, Treasure Radio. I'm your host, Ben Taatjes, and in the studio again, joined by one of our advisors, Claire Molden's with us today.
Hi, Ben.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm great.
Well, that's good. You know, we talked about last week, the company name is changing. It's no longer going to be called Taatjes Financial Group. As of June 9 or 10, we're going to be introducing our new name to the public. And really for me, it was a personal journey of, it was just time to make a name change. There were business reasons to that. It's tough as we look to acquire firms to have somebody take their name, John Doe Financial, and move it to somebody else's name, Taatjes Financial. I think that's tough. Certainly that was one of the more business decisions. The other thing is, as we grow outside of the local market here, certainly to the Twin Cities, we're growing into other markets where people don't know my last name, and it's really kind of hard to pronounce too. So as that kind of kept coming up, and the deeper meaning behind it that we talked about last week, for me personally, it was just time. It was time to better reflect the fact that it wasn't one person's name. It wasn't one person, building this to just an incredibly fast-growing firm. It was now 11 people, and they were all part of a group. And that's why we needed to make a name change. We talked a little bit last week about kind of when we decided to change the name, that we had our team and a marketing group kind of start talking about what is it that's most important to you guys as a team? What is it that reflects what we do for our clients? And one of the phrases that we kept coming up was, hey, well, really we steward our clients' time, talent, and treasure. Time, talent, treasure has always been part of what we do. We understand that wealth is a lot more than just money. It's about, again, your time and your talent as well. And as that word stewardship came up, we started reflecting on more what that word means. And really it is the careful and responsible management of something entrusted to one's care. And as we kind of went through that word, I kind of landed on something similar to that. And this whole idea of stewardship kept coming up. And something that I'm excited to do, kind of on the next few shows, is to introduce our advisors. And they've been on the show before, but I'm going to put them on the spot a little bit. So Claire's going to get put on the spot a little bit today because she's lucky to go first. But I want to hear really what stewardship means to you, Claire. And I think it's important that we talked about this as a team over the last several months, because a name change doesn't just happen. Our advisors and our team can't say, well, stewardship is important to Ben, right? Oh, that's important to the ownership or the founder of the firm. It really has to be owned and important to each of our advisors, really our whole team. So let me just start there. It doesn't have to be super deep, and maybe it can be, but when you hear the word stewardship, what comes to mind, Claire, for you?
Yeah, and this is a word that we've really been talking about a lot more in the last few months with this rebrand discussion going on inside of the office. But when I really think about the word, it takes me back probably to when I was a kid. I grew up on a farm, as did you, Ben, and that definitely teaches you the value of hard work and, dedication. Those certainly have been evident in my life. But then also thinking about, we were stewards when we're farming. You're making sure that land is good for the next generation. You want to make sure you have the best crops on there. Also, I was involved in 4-H and FFA. You took care of your projects. I did livestock, so you had to make sure that you were feeding them the right amount and you were working with them and, making sure that when you brought that animal to the fair, you had something good to represent your hard work. So I kind of take those values and all of that got instilled in me in a young age, and I kind of bring it to work with me every day. And with the name change, I don't think that anything has changed in what I do for the client always kind of felt like, we're on a team. I'm going to do my best for you. And stewardship is just kind of you don't talk about it, but it's there. One of those types of things. So that's really how I approach it and how I kind of come to work every day and work with my clients. They're not going to see anything different from me, which is, I think, a positive. It's just going to be a different logo on the front of the door.
I love it. I think you said something there. Nothing's changing with our, the name might be changing, but if you don't have to realign your work to say, okay, now the name's different, so I've got to now do things different, that's a problem. I love that you've been walking this already with our clients. You've been helping them see what stewardship is just by your daily work. And I love the farm side of that. When you talk about like managing and taking care of land, we all know that you might have your name right on the piece of land, but you don't really, you own it, but it's God created, it's His, right? Mm-hmm. And we look at our financial assets, it's really the same type of idea, right? We're being careful to take care of what clients have entrusted to us. Really, they just need help managing and taking care of it. So I love that. I love that.
Yeah, and it's how does this all come together in the client's plan? Every client has a different plan. They have different goals. How do we put this all together so that it works for them and they're using their assets to bless others, or they're using it to help enrich someone else's life, or they're stewarding it for their next generation, for their heirs. And it's just so fun to walk with the clients through that journey.
Yeah, and I love asking them those questions about what's most important, and getting them beyond just looking at a statement and what the markets are doing here and there and tariffs and all the other things that are going on. What do you really want in your life, and making sure that your money, right, the treasure side of Time, Talent, Treasure aligns to make the greatest impact on those around you. So I hope the next couple shows are just as good. Claire, this is a wonderful show just to hear what's really how you look at stewardship. And as this company grows, we hope to bring more of that to our clients. So until next week, we'll have another one of our advisors in. For those out there, think about what stewardship means to you and how taking care of the things that you're entrusted with. We'll see you next week.
Do you need ways to help steward your time, your talent, and your treasure? If so, Taatjes Financial Group can help. Now is the time to set up a no-cost, no-obligation meeting. You can do this one of three ways. Number one, give them a call right now at 222-4236. You can request a meeting online at taatjesfinancial.com, or you can just stop by their office located on 19th Avenue Southwest in Wilmer. I'm Jared Sebesta. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Time, Talent, Treasure Radio. We'll see you next time.
Securities offered through Avantax Investment Services. Member FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Avantax Advisory Services. Insurance services offered through an Avantax affiliated insurance agency.